Yalla Home
with Ana Schofield
and Big House.
Music's greatest songs worth covering. Original classic hitmakers.
Now, this is a song and a half, just because it's up-tempo, super feel-good, really easy. It has lovely memories for me because when this song came out, my little boy was in primary school and I would pick him up in the afternoon, which was probably about sort of 3 p.m. And it was on a high rotation on every radio station, going everywhere, going anywhere. And he and his friends, because we used to do a sort of a lift share. Someone would take him in the morning, I would do the afternoon run. And I used to have these 3 sort of 10-year-old boys in the back of the car dancing and singing, and they knew all the words to this song. They had no idea exactly what they were singing, if you know what I mean. But then that's the beauty of it. To them, it was literally just Cake by the Ocean. It was lovely. It was a lovely song. And so it's got lovely sort of connotations. I loved watching them. Let's talk about this band because they're amazing. They're called a dance rock band. There's a genre for you. It consists of Joe Jonas, obviously, drummer Jack Lawless, and a bassist keyboardist called Cole Whittle. There's also a guitarist called Jinju Lee. The group signed with Republic Records, and obviously, you know, Joe Jonas is Joe Jonas, and they had the Jonas Brothers before that. So they brought Jack Lawless and I think Cole Whittle as well with them from that band. But this was Joe breaking free of the Jonas kind of label. This was his band. And this was their debut single, Cake by the Ocean. Came out in 2015. And it reached the top 10 so many countries. And I'll take you through that in a minute. But it peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. So this is their first song, you know. It was really good. The self-titled album came out soon after that, 2016. They were nominated for Favourite New Artists when they came out. And the best song to lip sync to, which is really funny. It was also listed as the best anthem for 2016 Radio Disney Music Awards. So you can see the kid link. I think kids loved it because it was such a feel-good song. They've performed it all over, festivals, the whole lot. And basically in 2019, because this was obviously 2015-16, in 2019, the Jonas Brothers decided to get back together. And so, as it stands, DNCE, which is how I pronounce it, but you can call them Dance, and I'll tell you why it's called Dance in a minute. It's just been put on hiatus. They're not gone. It's just that they've kind of shelved it for now because the Jonas Brothers got back together. So, basically, what are you muttering over there? Oi! No mumbling in the ranks. Settle down. So originally, Joe Jonas was in the Jonas Brothers band alongside his brothers Nick and Kevin. And also Lee and Lawless were there. So that's the guitarist and the drummer. They were also there. And they would, you know, back up. They would be the live backing band for the Jonas Brothers. But while the Jonas Brothers were touring, you know, Joe and a couple of the others wanted to create something else. And they started working on DNCE. And then when they came to the end in 2015 of whatever they had planned with the Jonas Brothers, that was the time they went, right, let's do DNCE and let's use Cake by the Ocean. And off they went. Apparently the song started slow in the charts, like it launched, and it was a bit of a slow uptake, to be honest, but then suddenly grew and grew and grew and grew, and the stats are crazy. It went number 1 absolutely everywhere. But it was quite funny watching DNCE because obviously they have got Joe Jonas fronting, so he's a big name. And they did funny things, like they did a television special of the musical Grease. You know Grease, the musical? You must know it. He's on his phone. You believe? Oh, excuse me, pay attention. In the words of HER, can you focus on me, please?
I am actually trying to make a video. I'm focusing on you. But
all right, well then that's fine.
But that's the situation. See, there's most of the fight like that. It's about intentions, my sisters.
No, it's not about intentions. It's about response times, actually. And I'm asking a question.
I'm talking a video which will, you know, get you followers. I'm thinking about you.
Yes, but you see, I was asking you a question.
I know Grease.
Come on. You know Grease. Yeah. Excellent. See? There we go. There's the answer. So you know Grease, and they basically played the band at the high school sort of reunion. They did that, and apparently, you know, it went down really well, and they sung these 50s songs. Then they released their album, and they started doing some surprise kind of unannounced gigs in New York just to kind of practice being together as DNCE. So people would go thinking they were going to see one thing, and suddenly it would be like, is that Joe Jonas up there? And some of the other members from the Jonas Brothers band. So you can imagine the audience were like, wow, how did this happen? Apparently, in 2017, Welsh singer Bonnie Tyler, I love a bit of Bonnie, she's best friends with Catherine Zeta-Jones, you know. She performed the long version of Total Eclipse of the Heart at Seas aboard this thing. And of course, the Jonas Brothers were there too. And they did this song next to Bonnie Tyler. And then they all became amazing friends from that. I think it's really funny that that's in the research that I came out with. One thing that they did say is that, you know, they loved playing together. They did super well. This single, let me just tell you the countries that it was number one in. Stand by. Here it comes. It ranked at number 44 in the 100 Best Pop Songs of 2016. Wow. And it was the second most played song in Canada for 2016, only beaten by Justin Bieber's Love Yourself. It was number one, or in the top 10 of Australia, Canada, Germany, the United Kingdom, the United States. Amazing. Just went everywhere. So they had that incredible kind of success with it, but have, as I say, decided to reform the Jonas Brothers. And so for now, DNCE, or Dance, has just been put on pause. Now let's talk about the name. So they've been asked why, because it's even Hass went, yeah, but is it called D Nice? I've never heard it called D Nice. For once, Hass, you weren't right there. So it's called DNCE, or Dance. The reason it hasn't got an A in it is purely because when they were coming up with the name, someone couldn't spell dance. One of them. They were obviously having a night out together and they were mucking around. Someone spelt dance badly. And then they thought that was quite reflective of them because they're all kind of flawed characters. And just because you're not a professional dancer, this is a quote, doesn't mean you can't dance. And so they wanted to show the imperfection, and that's why they are called that. So now let's play it, because they will come back. And of course, it's got all kinds of connotations in terms of what it actually means. But if you look at the video, it's just them playing their song by a huge piece of cake by the sea. Lots of surfing going on, lots of silliness going on, and they're doing it live on a stage by the sea. Super feel good, so let's enjoy.
Yalla Home
With Ana Schofield
and Big House.